Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, we have a good one for you. Between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And away we go at the link. Tank Bigsby here with the return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete.
Just about every play in an NFL game usually has a protagonist and antagonist, a good and a bad. The good there, the courage of that wide receiver. The bad just could not haul it in.
Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10.
Great.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Jahan Dotson, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
All right, 0-2 to start the game, and I'm guessing, partner, we're probably going to see a 3rd pass now here. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. It's a screen to Barkley. Great job rallying to the football. They get him down right at the marker. 4th down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
But it's 4th down.
On 4th down, Hurts. Pass complete, screenplay. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the 1st, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Hurts. Finds him on the crossing route. And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Offense to the line fast.
At the 22-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Trimmer.
And again, here's Hurts. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. So 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Okay, you know I talk to you all the time about these money downs and third downs and the plan you got to have. It's kind of like a manufacturing plant. You've got to manufacture open looks, and that time, the plant was closed.
Hurts now on fourth. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal.
That's another Eagles first down.
They're going to run with Barkley. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. Second and goal coming up.
Line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 brings up second and goal at the Steelers' 8-yard line.
63.
From the pistol, Hurts. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Steelers take over after forcing the first turnover of this ballgame.
Hey, Kate, you know as a quarterback, every decision you make's got a consequence. Some good, some bad. But that one right there, throwing into double coverage, making that decision to force the issue into double coverage in the end zone, that's a consequence that pays dearly.
They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. John Campbell, yep, another first-round defender out of Alabama. They're on the tackle. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. That's going to be something to watch as this game goes on, Brock. We know they like to take their shots throughout.
Yeah, and we know this league today, Kate, loves to play that umbrella coverage, right? Try to keep everything in front of them.
Yep.
The only way you're going to get behind them is to take shots like that one.
This is a tough spot to punt. Got to convert here on third down. To the air on third and long. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right, and I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
They hit for 16 yards on 4th down in a drive a lot of us thought had stalled out. He's going to carry on. They keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down, Steelers.
Throwing again, Rodgers. Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Sidney Brown makes the play.
Their first pick of the game comes at an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
First down from the 42. Back to work after throwing the pick. This one falls incomplete.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
No luck on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. He put everything he had into this one. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Steelers will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here with Warren. Uh-oh, that ball's out. Warren lost it. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sideline's their best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he manages to find a little traction on that search field as he fights forward for a couple. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to the link right after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Rodgers off the play action. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot.
This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles take over just inside the 40. They're at the opposing 39.
Intercepted. Turnover on downs.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Toss play to Barkley. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Working quickly here.
Sean Elliott there on the tackle. A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Steelers' 40-yard line.
Blitz coming here. Hurts. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Moving quickly, trying to get set. And they're going to spike this one. No, wait, no, they're not spiking it. They're going to throw. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3-and-outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on 3rd down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
They'll go. Hurts. Gets everything he has under this one. He's got it inside the 10. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the 2nd. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So 1st down from the 41. Play action here with Rodgers. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit, Kate. You got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Rodgers will look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long for him here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And it's a fake. Punter with the football. And no success on the fake punch. That was way too tough to connect on the throw. That's a turnover on downs.
A bunch of these punters in the NFL today, I guarantee you, go back in the Wayback Machine, and they were quarterbacks back in high school. The difference now, well, they use their legs a lot more than their arm, and it showed right there. That was a dangerous call to go for it. Try to throw a pass, and it sure blew up in their face.
He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So second down coming up.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. Moving right. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth cake down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field, because right now, with the third interception, man, he is killing his team.
And they'll stop him after he picks up 4 to begin this drive.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quieted. Because that run right there gave him enough room from the goal line where you should feel comfortable throwing anything in your playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Warren once more. And this gets them well away from dangerous. He is up past their 20. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. They'll go again with Warren. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on 1, and now they get him behind the line. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off of that game. The Steelers calling their first time out. First down. Here's Rodgers. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. This one misses the tight end. So it's 2nd down coming up. Off the play fake. Here's Rodgers. Austin makes the grab downfield. And he's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Again, Rodgers. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
From the 40, here comes 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Rodgers. Makes the grab in bounds offside. The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here comes Chris Boswell in the Steelers field goal unit. From the left hash, 34 yards away. Boswell able to knock it through. And they're able to get 3 points off that turnover.
It's only 3 points, and they're going to still trail at halftime, but every little bit helps. And I'll tell you this as well. It also helps maybe later in the game. You got a fourth quarter clutch kick. To have that confidence built, that's important.
Wow, down by just a score, a lot of game to go. But look here, it's an onside try. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34.
Great, set. Hey, trimmer.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Ball still on that 34-yard line, 2nd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Throwing this one back of the end zone. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
That's going to be a play tomorrow. When they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit. Kate, you get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
Pass complete to Goddard. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7. Now with 2 seconds left, we get the expected timeout from this offense. They're in great shape to get 3 here entering the half. Here's the final play of our first half. One final shot before the half. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Kenneth Gainwell now to return. Showing a little burst so far. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40. Good field position as the Steelers come up to him, 1st and 10. Run for Ward here to start the 3rd. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
1st down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. A give left side to Warren. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring a 3rd down. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Good point. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Is a turnover on down.
1st down, run with Barkley. And he's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down. Offense in the hurry up here.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard.
Hurts setting up to throw. Has the open man downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Gainwell. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Rodgers set to pass. On him quick, and they bring him down. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Off play action. Here's Rodgers. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
It's 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers. Oh, defender there to knock it away, and he's able to do just that. 4th down coming up.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. The ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge game.
On 4th down, it's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Go Silver, ready?
On 1st down, Hurts. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down.
16 at the 27-yard line.
No touch. 180, 180. No touch.
Back to throw, Hurts. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 16.
180, 180. No touch.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's trying to go deep again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they're staring at 4th and long. And that offense isn't budging. They're going for it. Hurts now on 4th. He's loaded another one up. And that's incomplete in the end zone. Could have been 6 points, but as that one falls, Brock, instead just a turnover on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they face 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talked about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it. This defense, they had a plan, and they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I'll say, Kate, that defense looked even better, sharper on 3rd down than they did on 2nd. They played that one so tight there was no window to throw.
And we've seen this before. It's a fake. And no success on the fake punch. That was way too tough to connect on the throw. That's a turnover on downs.
A lot of these punters back in the day, well, they used to be quarterbacks back in high school. Not anymore. Those glory days are long gone, and the arms just don't have quite the touch they used to. It was a dangerous call choosing to pass it, and it sure backfired there.
He was looking for Dallas Goedert there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Great, set. Hey, let's go. Trimmer. No touch.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. No luck there. Ran that one right into traffic and went nowhere as a result. It's going to be 3rd down.
A loss of 1. Brings up third down and 11.
No touch.
Throw here, third down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's caught. He's got Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles stretch their lead on the final play of the third. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Johnson with a return here. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. The Steelers with some very good field position. They get set, 1st and 10.
Blue 58. Blue 58.
They'll start the drive with Warren. Now he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Now here's Rodgers. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
This is a heater going deep. That one's cut at the 10-yard line. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
He is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down.
19.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
There on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Hurts to throw. It's a screen to Barkley. This is very close, but it looks like he's going to be marked. Yep, marked shy that first down at the 30. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles with a 2-score lead.
No touch, no touch.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Dumped off to his running back. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line.
That's good for the Eagles.
They're going to pass it here. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass.
Hey, 73. Hey. No touch.
Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
No touch. Hey, 73. No touch.
It's Hurts once again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed.
Well, they're in danger going back to somebody who's already done damage in this game. He makes himself, well, he's a top target, but he makes himself a priority for this defense to defend, and they jumped on that opportunity.
On 1st down, Warren. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
At the 21-yard line.
Play action here with Rodgers. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing now. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Sidney Brown makes the play.
Rodgers pass.
1st down now, ball at the 33.
Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
180. No touch.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
They go to Barkley again. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's 3rd down. Offense up to the line fast.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it 4th down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
A play fake, now Hurts to throw. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Cut near the goal line. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the...
And he's got it in the end zone. The conversion is good. They're back within a single point here in the 4th. So they only have 20 seconds left. They're down a score. This kick has to be perfect. And the Eagles are able to recover. And that should just about do it for us here.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
They'll pitch it to Barkley. And he'll stay upright through this rain, but not through that hit as he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw it. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Not on the same page with his tight end. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, 73. No touch. Carl Getty.
He's back to throw. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2, it could have gone the other way.
Looking to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Good field position as the Steelers come up to it. 1st and 10. One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles.